Hey guys, it's me. Welcome to Leadership Club with your favorite host, me, Leo. We're gonna be talking about money, but most importantly, how to use money, whether through credit cards or just, your regular money, and getting some cool, fun stuff happening at your school. I'm gonna be teaching y'all how to save money, where money comes from, how to properly use money. But my most important question for y'all is, do y'all even know how money is made? But before we start learning about how money is made, I wanna explain to y'all that money is universally used in different countries. And this means that money changes in different countries. For example, the United States, our bills are very different from the money that you would find in Mexico. In Mexico, they use a different currency system. They use pesos, and their money looks very different.
It takes one person to spend money, but many people to create money. These are the people from the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, also known as the Money Factory. Meet Brian. He's one of the banknote designers at the Bureau of Engraving and Printing.
My job is to design United States currency. One thing about being a banknote designer is 98% thinking. You have to think about what you're going to do and think about whether it's going to work when it gets on the press. The easiest approach about designing a bill is a big puzzle. You take different pieces and aspects of America or different things and you piece it together to come up with one united, almost like a story. Different icons such as the eagle, because I know we hand draw those, and to end up seeing it on a note is pretty awesome because it's like your artwork's all over the world.
Once the design team has finalized the design, steel plates need to be created for the printing press. This is Dixie. She's a script engraver and puts the finalized design into steel.
And if you notice your money, it has lettering on it, and it also has numerals on it to denote the denomination. While we have designers that pick up and make designs, my job is to interpret their designs in steel. Sitting and cutting script because it's very rhythmical. You're just looking in your die through your glass and twirling the die around and cutting it. There's not too many artists that can say they've had their work replicated billions of times.
Once the plates are created, the money starts being printed. Blank currency sheets are brought in. First, the background images are printed. Then, presses print the backs of the notes and the faces of the notes. The final step is the printing of the serial number and the Treasury and Federal Reserve seals. Once the bills are printed, they're cut and packaged into bricks. The completed loads are transferred and securely stored in the Federal Reserve Vault. For more information on the latest bill design, visit newmoney.gov. For more about the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, including taking a tour, visit moneyfactory.gov. For more information on money and more, visit kids.gov.
So now that we know how money is made, I want y'all to pause the video and take a minute to write down what you can buy with $100. It can be anything. It could be a new game, a new pet that you want to get, or just anything. And I'll be doing this with you. So something interesting that I also recently learned is that yes, getting money is easy because you work a job, you make money, you get paid for working. Some other ways that you can make money is by recycling, and you get money from that. However, something that I recently learned is that most people don't really have a savings account, or as they like to call usually a savings account, an emergency account, where they have money saved up for emergencies. And here's a quote that I'm going to read from y'all from the Associated Press Center for Public Affairs Research. Did y'all know that 2/3 of Americans would struggle to scrunch up $1,000 in an emergency? $1,000. It's a lot of money, but depending in what field you're working in, also what bills and expenses you have, $1,000 can be really hard to save up because life happens. It happens, and that's why we need to be prepared to have at least $1,000 saved up for whatever emergency. And now I want to put this into an example, and I want to hear your thoughts, and by that, please message me on Instagram. But in this example, let's say in your school they lend you an iPad. That iPad retails for $500, not including the case and whether it came with a pencil or not. You lose the iPad and you tell your parents or whoever's your caretaker that you lost the $500 iPad that your school recently gave you. Your school tells you you have to pay back for the iPad so they can purchase another iPad to give to another student and also to give you a new iPad as well. However, your parents have recently paid all their bills and are really short on money and they don't have $1,000 in their savings account. What would you do? So take a minute to think about that in that scenario that I just gave y'all. And I'm gonna answer what I would do. In this case, just from knowing the stat that I read out, I know that my parents don't have $1,000 saved up. So that leaves me to trying to figure out what would be the best way to pay back those $500 for the iPad that just got lost. And $500 is a lot of money, just because it's really hard to save up even just $100 or $20. And for that, we're gonna be doing a really fun project. So stay tuned for what that fun project is gonna be. But I would immediately go to my piggy bank and see how much money I have. And then from there, like I had mentioned earlier, recycling cans is a good way to earn some extra money, but also saving the planet. So I would start recycling cans and hopefully little by little saving up for paying back that iPad that I lost and would have to pay back to my school. And if you want to share your scenario, please go right ahead and go to my Instagram and DM me. Okay, y'all, it seems like we're running out of time. Like I said, I don't have enough money to budget for this video. If you want to learn how to better budget and learn how to use the money that either your school may have, or you want to learn how to fundraise or how to make something big happen at your school, keep watching and tune in to learn how to make that happen.